Got the VoD for SKT G2. This is the second time they ran around, so this is I mean, I guess in the standings this is a big match, but I think overall, I think both teams. You can look at their draft; they're trying some things out here. They don't want to give away any too craziest stuff, but I think SKT kind of wants to win this. Had a bad loss to IG, just for the mental state. But I mean, even so, I think both teams are looking at this like, yeah, obviously they want to win, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, except for some pride and maybe a little bit of momentum because at this point they know they're playing each other. No one's going to catch IG for that first spot, so they know they're going to be 2 and 3. They're going to be playing each other in the first best of 5, and no one for fourth place is going to catch them. I mean, that's going to be probably a game between 2 and 8 teams, uh, 2 and 8 teams, or something similar to that, unless Team Liquid or Flash Wolves can sneak a win against someone they probably shouldn't beat. So, but I was still really excited about this game. I know a lot of people were. It's another opportunity for Wonder to go into Con, and I mean, I've heard about Pike Top. I haven't really seen much of it, so
And she'll start.
it'll be interesting to see it. There's the MF pick. I think a lot of people have heard of it again. We saw it a couple times. I think Detonation Focus Me played it. So I'm surprised SKT's playing that. But they tried Sona Tarek bot lane too. And didn't ban Draven. Let's get to the game. Pretty decent invade team on SKT's side, but it's not like G2 can't fight them if they do get into it. It's interesting G2 engage that though without Wonder there. This can't be a great lane for Pyke without tons of help. I don't see any way this is fun for him. Maybe they know something we don't, but J4's gonna have to spend a lot of time there. It's a lot of deep vision for SKT also. It's not like they don't know where he's gonna be anyways, but at least it stops that early gank top on the Con. Because Wonder's going to need some pressure up there. It's a good situation for Elise, though. If she knows where Jarvan is, they win a lot of 2v2s. Well, she's going to have to land her cocoon, but they still win a lot of 2v2s. She does a ton of damage, and then having that execution damage, too. This is more along the lines like we reviewed a couple of the games with Caps, and I keep bringing it up, and I feel like these have been not that he has laned awfully against Faker individually, but he doesn't seem as confident when he plays Faker and Rookie. So hopefully they put him on something that can pop off a little bit. It's got some aggression. It's got some outplay potential. I think this is the type of stuff Caps needs. So when they win games like these, it makes him feel like, he can hang with, because he can hang with these mid laners. I just think he has a little bit of trouble mentally with Rookie and Faker. Faker to a lesser degree, but Rookie stomped him a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. That's good TP in, I guess, by Caps, but I mean, you got to know that's coming. I'm surprised J4 went back, or Yankos went back there. It's an Elise, so that's going to happen. Good chase by Caps here. Khan's out of mana. He knows he's safe. SKT probably should have just walked away from there after they got the kill, and then maybe just stop Caps from chasing, but I don't know. That puts Caps pretty far behind here because he went top there. It's going to be in a rough situation. It's a bad... And that's one of the things we need to talk about, too, is that it's not always totally Cap's fault, obviously, against these two. I mean, he went top to try and stop that, or to try and get a pick, and he did pick up a kill, so that's huge for him. But he does roam a lot in these situations because these are much tougher lanes. You can't just assume that Wonder's going to stomp Khan. But he's definitely, good enough to hold the lane against him, but you can't assume that. So you're going to have to move around the map more and offer and lend more assistance. So I think there's some situations where he's down CS where it's not totally a situation where you're like, oh, he's just getting stomped in lane, but he hasn't laned well, especially against Rookie. But he's been down to Faker quite a bit too. I don't know. I mean, even if you're just trying MF out, I don't see SKT picking MF like in a best of 5 if they got to win a game. Like, I don't find that she's not like sneaky amazing where you can like get way ahead, and like she's not really a win more 80 carry either. This is pro play. People are much more coordinated in their team fights, so her ult isn't as useful in those situations. Like, you're not going to surprise G2 for the most part with just random MF ults in team fights. Like, unless you can force them to line up, they're gonna have ways to get out of that. And they have a bunch of champs that are able to do that. So it's kind of surprising because I don't know in what situation where MF gives them an advantage, even if they're using it just as a test right now to see if it's going to work later. Really bad situation for Wonder. He's down 25 CS. He's down to kill. Missed the knockup. He's dead. Mata's up here. I know they're trying to get Wonder popping here, but you got to know that Mata has unsealed spellbook, so he can get there pretty easily to even that fight out. I just don't feel like we've seen Teddy on stuff that to allow him to pop off. They were playing so well coming into this tournament. I don't see a world where, even if this works out, you playing MF very often in best of 5s. I mean, you're going to make the best of 5s at this point. You're most likely. I mean, there's almost a 100% chance that you're playing G2 in the first round of that, so I understand not wanting to give certain things away, but you could have done that without trying MF out. Or Sona Dark against IG. Yikes. No vision up there either. I think that's one of the things they got to do more of Like if Wonder's this far behind right now, um, in CS and kills and just gold in general, like you got to help him get vision up here. Just going into lane and trying to gank isn't the only thing, but getting him some vision so he can see Elise coming through either from behind or I mean, you're not going to see a lane gank for the most part, which she could do anytime she wanted to. So they need to get some vision for him up here. Like that's a good pink ward to look for Elise, but they got to get some vision. So they got to help him with vision up here, or he has to do it himself. Faker on Azir again against them. Like Azir's a good champion. He's so reliant on his team in those team fights. Like he can outplay one-on-one, but in team fights, like he's almost like an AD carry in that sense. He's so reliant on his team to get in there and it's sustained DPS. I mean, there's some burst to his kit, but it's just MF. I don't. It's not even that the champion's not meta. Like even if you're stomping, I don't know what she really does to in a pro environment. That's dangerous. Khan's got to see something like that coming. Like they have to get back in the game through Wonder there up top because like you need him relevant in that situation, but you got to know that's coming. No, I don't think Khan's played real well in this tournament. See, like you're going in here. Like Dragon's down now, so you have no extra damage from that. Perks he's not behind or anything, but I mean 80 carries really aren't online right now, so MF's ult is much better than his. Tom can only save you for a little bit. Caps is at 75% health. Not saying I mean, I guess you have to come down here and you do have vision in the pit, but I mean, Faker's going to be trailing behind, which is much more like if Faker's ahead of Caps, maybe Caps has a chance to pick off Faker or something, but it's going to be a 4v3 no matter what. Jarvan can't get here. Wonder's not going to TP into this situation because the Dragon's already down, and he needs farm anyways because he was down 20, 25 farm at the time. Like, I guess you can come over and poke for this, but there's no reason to fight after this. Like, you should be getting out of here. And Caps goes in. Like, you're not going to pick anyone off with Braum there. And you just give her a perfect ult situation. Again, Khan, like, you're just giving this all back. Like, Clid came up there and worked so hard to get you a lead and, like, get you. I mean, it's just a repeat. It's almost a replay of exactly what happened. Now this gold's going over to Caps. I don't know why Yankos took that. There's no point in taking that. Might as well have given that to Wonder or to Caps. I mean, Caps is down. Again, he's down 20 farm here. He's been roaming quite a bit. You know, he went bot, but I mean, he's still down 20 farm. So he's a little bit behind in that situation. Like you either need to give him that kill, or give it to Wonder. Shoot, give it to Wonder. He's still down 30 CS right now. It's a lot of damage. It's excessive to say the least. Double kill. Wonder's right back in the game now because he's Pyke. pulling back over. Yep, triple. What's the... Seems to be SKT in this tournament. Like, this is a little aggressive in the sense that, like, you're not really that far ahead right now. I mean, Faker's up in farm, but he hasn't backed. He's not up in items. He's actually down in items right now. Elise is up in items. I mean, Khan's in base. He doesn't have TP, so he can't get to this. I don't know if they can see perks at this time, but they probably can. They can probably see him because of that pink ward coming. It's just weird. Like, even if you pick Mickey off here, you're probably going to lose this fight because they're going to collapse on you. Like, Pyke's here. LeBlanc's going to be this fight. Faker's trying to back at this moment. So, now Faker gets pulled in. You don't even kill Mickey. Everyone's here, and they have... I mean, Faker backed. Like, he finished his back. He's not even here. Khan can't get to this. He does come to it later, and then he dies too. But Pyke's already coming down. These are really odd mistakes from SKT. And really good plays from G2. If anything this year, I mean, G2's played really well, obviously, but one of the things they've done so well this year is they play their own game, pick-wise and lane-wise, but they capitalize on other teams' mistakes phenomenally well. It's not even like a hyper-aggression thing. It's just they really understand, and they're always together. Like, they're always on the same page. Faker can't even get a kill there. Uses all his mana for it. Like, he just backed. It's very inexplicable here. I don't know if they saw Jankos, but even so, like, Caps is right here, and you know Perks is coming. And this is an MF problem too. Like, her auto attacks aren't that great. I mean, she just kept walking there because she's super fast. She might not get caught. I don't know what Khan's doing there. Again, Khan's not been playing great. He's been making some mistakes, making a lot of mistakes. And now, even though you're up in farm, that lane's even. I think Caps wins those trades. But now this lead, this CS lead you have on mid lane is just basically pointless because now they're out of the lane, essentially. I mean, he might be down 40 CS at this point, but he's got 2 kills and 4 assists to 1 assist over here, and they have the same bounty. Nice. Cool, Riot. 2-0-4, the same bounty. Oh, there it goes. Goes away. It was a nice play by Caps. It was a good chunk. Oh, it's weird. Like, you win through Faker. You win through Faker and Teddy. You put Teddy on something that can't really, like, carry the game or anything. And you don't really focus Faker that much in this game. So, it's really odd. Yep, and then they just tom into it because it's another teleport that can bring an extra person with it. They're just getting outplayed right now. SKT's just getting outplayed, getting out macroed, getting outplayed. And I don't really know what they can do from this position because, I mean, Khan's not a wonder Jace or anything, and he's not super far behind, but he's definitely behind where you would want a Jace to be. I mean, you want that poke to stick. You want it to be pretty damaging. And then they go into this, and, like, you know, when that whole thing starts there, when this whole thing starts, like, so you see Varus and Tom are in the mid lane. So Braum and MF can't get to this fight before Varus and Tom. Like, there's no way they can get there. Clid goes in, kind of goes in, and then leaves. But Jankos is going to chase because Wonder can get over this wall. You don't know Wonder's there, so, I mean, there's no way to know that. But you know these two can get there. So at best, it's a 3v2. At worst, it's a 3v1. And MF and Braum can't get there in time. Yep, and they're moving up anyways. So now they really can't get there because they're moving in the wrong direction. It's just odd mistakes from SKT. But they're also getting outplayed. When they make a mistake, they're getting outplayed in the team fights too. And your two best players your two most talented players don't have no relevancy in this game. Like, this is a Bork MF? I mean, what? I guess I didn't even notice that one. I mean, I didn't watch the game as closely as I wanted to earlier today, but I didn't think he went Bork first on MF. That doesn't make any sense. Press the attack, Bork MF. Okay. I mean, maybe this is just a testament to how good G2 actually is, though. Too, you know, I don't want to take that away from them. Like maybe they're good enough to the point where they're forcing teams like SKT to make mistakes because they're outplaying them, and SKT feels under pressure from it. It's surprising considering how well SKT was playing at the end of the LCK season, and then how they're stomped through the playoffs. And they just, I mean, this inexplicable 80 carry pick. And I'm sure they weren't prepared for top lane Pyke, which I guess was going fine at the beginning, but again, Khan was way too far up twice, just for no reason other than to give gold back, I guess. But SKT just seems under a lot of pressure. Like, Clid doesn't seem free. They don't seem like they're doing what they want to do, and maybe that's because G2's playing so well at this tournament. I mean, not maybe. I think at this point it is. I think G2's just outplaying them. Hopefully they show that whole entire thing. Still just feels so far behind. I mean, he's up 50. Faker's up 50 CS now. And I know a lot of people talk about that, like, you know, it feels like you're shitting on caps. But it only happens against Rookie and Faker. So I think that's why people bring it up. Like, even though he's been roaming and doing what he's supposed to be doing for the team, he's still down 50 CS. You know, he shouldn't be down 50 CS right now. That's a lot of gold. Kills or not, lead or not, that's a lot of gold to be down. That makes me think he's missing CS in lane, or he's not CSing well when he is up there by himself. To be down 50 CS at this point, I mean, Faker's pretty much at 10 CS a minute. I mean, he's nowhere near it. You know, Varus has been running around too. Like, Perks has been running around too. He's got 188 CS right now. Granted, he's an 80 carry, so he's getting that mid lane CS, but I mean, Pyke's way behind. Like, he missed a bunch of waves top after he got dove a couple times. He was down 30 CS early, and I mean, he's down 40 now, but it hasn't extended that far. Caps was only down, I don't know, 20, 25 CS, 20 CS, and then he's been in this lane with Faker, so I mean, I just don't feel like he should be down that much CS right now. It's just a lot of gold to be missing. Like, that's weird right there. I know you're going after him, but I mean, just take a lot of damage before Jankos even gets in there. He doesn't seem himself when he plays these teams. Like, he's fine in team fights and roaming and stuff like that and skirmishes, because he kind of forgets. It just seems like when he's in those one-on-ones and 2v2s and stuff that it just seems like it looks like he feels like puts himself under that pressure. Like, oh, if I do this, I might die because this guy's a much better player than the normal mid laner I'm against. Whereas when he's against someone he thinks he's better than, he just goes for it and it works because he's super talented. So I think this is a good game for his confidence, though. But like I said, that CS lead that's severe to be. They have pretty good control of this game. To be down that amount of CS at this point isn't good. It's a lot of gold. G2 is really good at protecting this tier 1 mid turret. It's such an important turret to get down. Both these teams are doing a good job of protecting it right now, to be honest with you. 13 kills in the game. MSI has been pretty bloody in general. There's been a lot of high kill games. Vision's pretty even. SKT has controlled the mid, but they were just there sieging, so that's pretty understandable. Yeah, Teddy just seems like he can't do anything in these fights anymore. And he has a Bork. Like, I mean, now he has a Ghostblade, but I mean, Bork and a Ghostblade is a lot different than, you know, Ghostblade Black Cleaver or Ghostblade Dustblade Black Cleaver, something like that. Make those ults actually hurt, because that Bork's not helping that situation a ton. She doesn't really need extra attack speed. Her double up is much more important. All 5 down here. Man, they shred objectives. Holy smokes. I don't know, SKT's in a bad spot right here. They're going to get collapsed on. And Yankos is right there. Teddy can't get out of that. Yeah, then no vision in that area. Yankos probably thought his team was going to follow him in a little bit harder than that. Kind of left him there. That's good, though. That's actually, I think that's a smart play by G2. Like, they thought it might work. They went for it. Realized right away it wasn't working. And just left him to die. Because I think if they engaged right there, they might have been in a lot of trouble. They would have got caught in a choke point against an Azir and would have not been well. They had a good position to collapse on him here, though. And Tom's got ult. I mean, he could have got behind them if he really wanted to. Still, maybe someone knows why he would go Bork in that situation. I mean, it can't be for like Baron and stuff like that. It's for the minor amount of lifesteal, like the percent health damage. No one on their team besides Mickey's really going to be like. I mean, Yankos is, but that's not ever going to be his target in those fights. He's not the type of 80 carry. He's not a crit 80 carry, so. Caught Abyssal Voyage again. Yeah. Tom's too good. I don't know why that champion gets through so many drafts. He's got a built-in teleport. I mean, he's getting nerfed, but I mean, right now, I don't know how he gets through those. He's just such a good champion. He saves people from bad mistakes. He himself can go and clear vision. He can face check bushes and usually get away because of his gray health. He can teleport with someone else, a pretty good distance into the thing. Why would you fight that there? It's just pointless. There goes Baron, I guess. This is really weird. SKT, I mean, like I said, maybe G2's forcing SKT to play like this. It was a good shutdown, though. But again, it goes on to con, like, I mean, Jace at this point is either relevant or he isn't. He's not relevant right now. Like, no, I don't think Caps wants to chase that down. It's not really buying him that much time, though. Like, that Baron's such a big thing for G2 to have right now. Just not a ton to pause and look at. Like, they're just kind of outplaying him at every turn. And they're in position. This doesn't make any sense right there, though. I don't know what was going on there. Again, it's not something really to look at. But I don't know if Mata thought he was like protecting his AD carry there. But I don't think they were going to chase them into the mid lane anyways. If he just ran into the mid lane, they wanted to get Baron. So, and I think they feel pretty confident in that situation. If they go turn towards Baron, like Mata and Teddy, Clid's dead. Faker's dead. Mata, Teddy, and Con are going to have a tough time, like, contesting that Baron or even fighting him in that pit. And oh, it was a nice chunk by Caps. Like, those just, I mean, those are not hurting that much. Those empowered blasts are just not hurting that much. He's got a little extra health, but maybe that was the idea. Pyke has such good regeneration that he can go against something like Jace where you just poke him constantly and get away. Move into the fog of war, leave, and then come back with, full health. Man, that's just huge damage on Teddy. Free Mountain. Khan's pretty much just stuck at tower. Like, he can't go anywhere. If he gets hooked at all, he's dead. They could probably dive him here if they really wanted to. Yep. No, smart. Just walk away. Just don't see any way for SKT to get back in this game at all. I don't know where they go from here. I mean, Baron's down. Perks just TP'd in. Ult on the Khan. Yeah, see ya. Just insta double kill by Pyke right there. He's so good. Pyke's so good with that stuff too, because it's the gold. The gold share is just ridiculous. It's such an amazing ability. Like, if you can find a way to get him even out of the support lane, like get him in a solo lane, because he does so much damage. He's pretty safe. He's got good CC. He's got he's got stealth. I mean, and then his ult is just devastating because of all the gold that goes to other people. It's like a double kill. So, I mean, gold-wise. I don't know what Teddy and Con are doing there. Like, they see Perks teleporting in. Tom's not here, but they know he's coming. Like, I don't. Why would you stay up here? Because Yankos can get to you. These two clowns are over here. Like, these two can get to you in a heartbeat. Caps can get to you instantly. And Perks lands and just ults immediately. Hits Con, spreads to Teddy. They're both stuck. They're going to get Jarvan ulted. Yeah, you just shouldn't have been there still. Once you saw that teleport coming, you got to back up. Very un-SKT like. Or maybe it's not. Like I said, they seem slightly desperate in these plays. Like, they're going to win a team fight somehow. But I don't see them winning a team fight unless G2 makes a huge mistake in a team fight and lets Faker just, basically free damage. Just sit there and DPS the front line down and then chase people down. But again, they don't have great chase either. Like, every team fight, by the time the initial team fight goes out, Faker's going to be out of his ult, out of mana for the most part. I mean, Azir's Azir's abilities cost so much mana. I mean, look, just farming over there is already almost down to 50% mana. So, I mean, it's a rough situation. Khan's Shock Blast damage is fairly irrelevant. You just saw it there. I mean, that hit the 80 carry, and it didn't even do 25% of his health. So, I don't... I don't know. I mean, it'd be a confident situation for SKT too. I mean, this is going to be their second loss to G2, and they're going to have to play them in a best of 5. I mean, maybe they'll be fine with it. You know, they lost a lot to Griffin during the season, and then smoked them in a playoff situation. So, I mean, just look at that vision. Holy smokes, that's amazing. It'll take them forever to clear that out. Yeah, Jace is basically useless in this game. That's why. Wonder's got TP, Khan's got TP, but again, it's not gonna work. Be right back to 80% health. Yep. You get caught there. It's weird. Oh. No wonder was doing there. I don't think Teddy's played much MF either. He just looks lost on that champion. That's a couple ults that he's just fired out that they had no chance of hitting Mickey there. It's a good scuttle to take, but I don't think they can contest Baron at this point. Wonder's got TP again, so by the time they start it up and fight for it, he can TP right back into it. What are you doing? Why would you go there? Yikes. Now you have to fight. And you're already in there. Teddy's just zoned off. He can't fight. Faker's by himself. They just left him there. Like, what is going on? Clid's going to go take Scuttle. Like, you know they're going to come. You can't fight for this Baron. Like, you lose this fight. I mean, even if you get a 5v5, you probably lose. But still, Wonder's not here yet. So, everyone's coming. Khan has TP too, so he could have TP'd into here to get a better angle. But why is Clid there? Like, why would you go into there when your whole team is still in your blue side jungle right here? They see him coming, but why would you go in there and get chunked out? Now you're just going to die and leave it a 4v4, which is soon going to turn into a 5v4 as soon as he teleports in here. So he teleports in. As soon as you see this teleport, like, you can't fight for this now. Teddy's back here. He's got no mana. I don't even think he can ult. I don't think he has enough mana to ult. He definitely doesn't have enough mana to ult. So, it's not like his ult hurts either right now. Faker's in the middle of this. Jace is a melee champ at this point. Shock Blast. And then Khan gets pulled in. Faker's right here. Teddy's zoned off by Caps. I mean, it's a 4v3 right here. Like, Faker can do a ton of damage in here, but he needs to be over this wall where Mata is. Or Mata needs to be standing in front of him and just say, screw it, I'm just going to stand in front of Faker and block as much damage as I can. Because your only way of winning this fight right now is if Faker basically gets a quadra kill right here. And then Khan's down instantly because he just he got hooked into the fight. But Mata should have just stayed here. Like, the game's over right here when you lose this fight anyways. I mean, you got 36 seconds on Clid. The game's pretty much over at this point. There's no point for Mata to run away here. Like, you can jump over to Teddy, but it doesn't matter. The whole point of this right now is this champion with 3 Sand Soldiers right here. They're on them. They're going to turn and fight. If you're still standing with Faker, if you block as much damage as you can, and let Faker. I mean, if Faker gets a double or a triple here, you might. I mean, you might save the game. But you leave him, so he ults. He still almost gets a double. I mean, just imagine if Mata's still there in that fight. He probably gets a double, if not a triple, in that situation. I mean, shoot. Maybe even a quadra. And now you stay here. Yeah, I don't... That's actually just poor play. I mean, it's just poor play by SKT. You don't expect it out of them, but... It's a nice play by Caps. But it's just perfectly set up. Mata's got to stay in that fight. Because the only way you're winning that fight is through Faker. So protect Faker with your life because you're not worth anything anyways. Then you go around the corner and go to protect Teddy, who you can't protect from Wonder at this point. He uses his shield. He walks in there. Yeah, just stand in front of him. Just, I mean, does Braum doesn't have ult, so that hurts. But, I mean, just stand in front of him. Just be in there. Something. Anything. Teddy doesn't have ult. Weird. I mean, great play by G2. This is great right here by Wonder. Recognizes what's going on and... Whew. I mean, the game's over at this point. There's nothing SKT can do. The only one who can be in a lane solo against anybody is Faker at this point. Yeah, this game's over. Yeah, I mean, congrats to G2 here. I think that's a pretty solid spot for them to be into second now. It's just SKT's beating the teams you know they should beat, but you know they got smashed by IG. It's fastest game in international history, and I mean, G2 looks good. Tom's just too powerful a pick to let through. I mean, you can't know that Wonder pick's coming. And even if they picked it early, you probably thought it was going support to Mickey anyways. But yeah, this game's completely over. I don't know. SKT's gonna have to figure some stuff out. I mean, you can look at it and say, oh, well, they're trying some picks out, and they do this a lot in group stages and in the round robin area. They might even do it in game ones and best of fives, and I agree with that. But I think for this game, you got to, against G2 specifically, because you know you're playing, like, there's pretty much, like we were talking about, 100% chance that they're going to be playing G2 in a best of five in the first round of the knockout stages. So if that's the case, maybe you pick something just solid, like it's not giving away anything, and, you know, get Teddy some confidence. You know, Faker's on a good pick. I think something he's very comfortable with. I don't consider Khan like a great Jace or anything like that. Like I said, he hasn't played great at this tournament, but Teddy on MF just seems odd. Like, this was your big dog kind of coming into. He was stomping the world coming into this tournament, and they just got slaughtered. It was a pretty methodical game from G2. But without a doubt, no matter what happens in the knockout stages at this point, G2's definitely proven that they are a top 3 team in the world, I think, at this point. Where you want to put them in that top 3, I don't think you can put them first. I don't think you can put anybody above IG at the moment. But, I mean, where you want to put them in that top 3 would be up to you. But, I mean, they've beaten SKT twice. If you're going by results, they're number 2 in the world right now. The first game they played, SKT, was just methodical. They kind of just choked them out and stomped them. This game, it took a little bit longer. SKT got a good start to it, but they didn't do anything with it. And again, Khan just kind of gave that gold lead away up top. Like, he was pushed up way too far for no reason. I don't understand that. So he knows better than that. I mean, I think he knows better than that. So, but overall, I think Faker looks really good. I don't feel like we've gotten to see Teddy on anything standard besides Ezreal at this point. So it's been really weird. But Yeah, that was an odd game from SKT's end. I think they're trolling and trying stuff out a little too hard, but they're definitely going to be playing G2 in the best of five. So they better get it together because they don't figure it out. They're going to go 0-5 against G2 in this tournament.